Pinball. Got another game, another Resto-mod, I guess is what you can call it. It's a restoration and a bit of modifications. And here's another game, Doctor Who for Pinball Garage. Real excited to have this game done. This one took me forever. It's almost embarrassing. I think I had this game almost, well, it's probably been 5.5 months or so. Really took way too long, but just covered up with other projects, day job, lots of other work. It just takes forever. But anyways, let's get to the game. So this one, I'm going to go over a number of different things, just to show you all the stuff that was done in this game, and show you what sets this one apart that's a little different than other Doctor Who's and other games. Everybody does their own thing. I'm doing my thing here, and just love sharing it with everybody. It's a big reason why I make these videos. People that have a similar passion for pinball, that's why I do it. So anyways, just show you what I did. Hopefully some of these things are things that you like. Might be stuff that you might want to do on your game. And definitely head up to Pinball Garage and check it out in person. Done a number of games for them now, and gonna keep it going. So let's get started. So starting out actually with the cabinet. The cabinet was not in bad shape, except that the artwork had faded out really bad. What's one thing that's just kind of known as the red on a lot of games tends to fade to yellow. Look at the red here. It looks a lot better with these new decals that I've put on them. I'll snap over here real quickly to show you what the old game would look like before we did work. You can see where it's faded quite a bit. But coming back to this, what I ended up doing was sanded down most of the old artwork, and painted some areas where it needed it, just like in corners, where you would see where the decal didn't show exactly, but then you put all the new decals on. This coin door is actually, it's going to get a card reader. That's why it's not really totally completed, but it did get all repainted just to make it look a little nicer. The other thing you'll notice is the legs, the lock bar, the side rails, and actually those hinge brackets for the head. They're all powder coated black. It's kind of a satin black. It's not overly glossy. The reason I go with that is just basically showing like handprints and all that, to where it looks consistent with about the level of gloss with the rest of the game. Moving back towards the back box, some things you're going to see there, again, more that had to deal with the repainting. All the black here, everything up through all the the inside part here, all that was repainted. There was some wood that was broken or chunked out, I guess, in some places, and I repaired that, make it at least some better, and before putting the decals on. These decals, other things, they don't go all the way to the edges. I kind of wish that they did, but these came from Classic Arcades, and they do a really good job with the product that they produce. But I basically had to just cut them to where they fit it, fit in here in the right, I'm not trying to say what the whole margins around here look correct. So turned out fine. Another major thing that you're seeing that's differently is the back glass. So the back glass on this game, okay, to start out with it, the glass itself was not actual glass. It was I don't know if it was acrylic or what, but the translite that was attached there to the back glass, when I moved that translite, because I was going to put an actual piece of glass in, pieces of the translite actually tore, or just some of the artwork came off. So I needed to get a new translite. And I came across some alternative ones, which I typically am not real big fan of alternative ones, even though I do a lot of modifications on these games. A lot of them I've seen have been like, no, I'm just gonna stick with the original. But this one I really liked. It's pretty subtle. Actually turn this background light off here to kind of show things a little differently. So it is fairly basic, but one thing that I wanted to point out that's a little different. Notice that light flashing pattern. See how it's starting from the middle and then going out. If you've got the original Translite, this pattern is actually located much smaller, and it's in this area up at the top. Well, since I'm going with this different artwork and I wanted to still get that whole little effect, I basically had to reassign the lighting in the back box and add some additional sockets and redo the wiring. So I'll show you here real quick how I did this. It's actually out of here. So here's what I ended up with. So if you kind of look at it closely and compare it to what an original one looks like, in fact, I'll just cut away here real quickly. You can see the difference. So yeah, there's a different setup, a little different lighting pattern. And the other thing that was different is the original lights that were in this game, they were LEDs, but they were, I don't know what in the world was going on. They were really faded and old. So anyways, yeah, this is definitely a major improvement. I really like how it turned out. Put this back in here. Another thing with this game, I've got this custom topper. So there was no topper on this game, and once again, one of these unobtainiums where you just cannot get the topper. I couldn't find it anywhere, or really much to go to it other than I think the plastic shroud. I could have gotten that to go around it, but that wasn't gonna do me any good because there wasn't the Dalek in there. So this was something that I just got searching around on, I think it was maybe on eBay that I found. And it was supposed to be, it was just a clock, kind of like a sort of a toy thing. Well, it tore into it, gutted it out. I really was thinking of trying to make that clock still work, but it was actually going to be kind of a little bit of a mess to do it. But I ended up putting some lights that would light up the top part of it there. And then there's flashers that are built in here. So at certain points in the game, those will flash. So one little thing to add. Of course, you got a color DMD. It makes a major improvement whenever you put those in. Shifting over to the playfield, and now let's start looking at what happened here. So going along with the whole artwork for the cabinet, let's go ahead and start and look at the blades. In fact, the blades, I put those in early on, and that kind of inspired to move on through with getting the artwork done, or redoing the decals on the side. So I guess I kind of blame myself for doing that. The lights on the whole playfield, this game started actually out with some LEDs already in it, and I ended up having to just redo them all, or I think most of them all. They had some cool lights that weren't bad, but when you start getting into it, you just want to have the whole thing look great, and that's what it did. Starting down here at the bottom, of course, we've got the usual trough light. For these slings, the posts here, put new posts in, and these are red posts, but they are I think it's a natural white light that goes, these post lights that I've put underneath those. So there's 4 of them here. There's the 2, and I'm sorry, there's actually 6. So I've got 1, 2, 3, and then the other 6 on the other sling. Spotlights they usually put in, that only added 2 in for this game. Didn't get too carried away with it. This police box or phone booth. So there was already a blue light that was here, but I've changed it out actually with it was a clear lens. The one before was frosted. So put that in, but I also put in there's a blue light strip that's on the inside that wraps around to shine light down inside of it. Let's see, moving around to the rest of the back box. So, or not back box, the back side of the playfield. So the mini playfield here that raises up, I spent a little time on this one. So this one has got, there's some extra lights in here just to kind of set this whole thing off. This is, a major part of the game, and so I tried to just make it look interesting. So there's some light strips that are here on the sides. There is some extra lights that are up in here just so that not only just to set it off more, it's just to see what in the world's going on. There's actually lights here in the back even, so it helps shine through there. Speaking of lights in the back, again, I've put a light on the very back up here that helps shine down. You know, again, I like lighting up the back part just so you can see what's going on. I did start out with a really long strip, you know, a full 20-inch strip, but I was having some problems with the LED OCD board that I added in for this game. So I typically do that also to help control you know, flicker on GI lights, as well as an OCD LED board for playfield lights. This game, they have been out of stock of the playfield control lights for so long that I've just decided just to kind of move on with it. But I did get the board for the GI. So the GI, it smooths out the flicker, and it's really not bad. But you can see, at least coming through the video, you don't see it in real life so much, but like there's like these playfield controlled lights, you're seeing a little bit of a flicker here coming in through the video. It doesn't look anything like that in real life. It's a much smoother. But that's a really quick and dirty view of just what you're going to see whenever you get to go check out this game at Pinball Garage. And I really hope that you guys enjoy it. Please leave comments. Let me know what you think, what you like, what you don't like, what you do differently. But again, hopefully you really enjoy it. Thanks, guys.